Yo, Micah Parsons recently dissed Skip Bayless and threw a little shade towards Shannon Sharpe because of, the usual thing with these professional athletes today, man. These professional athletes are really sensitive. And I get it on both sides. Listen, today's professional athlete is exposed to a lot more. I understand that. Whether it's television, the internet, social media, we understand that, right? But at the same time, that doesn't excuse the sensitivity when it comes to constructive criticism. We're in an era now where a lot of these star athletes grew up in a time where everyone is getting a trophy now. You know what I mean? There's no constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is looked at as hate now. How do you get better if you don't get constructive criticism? I don't know. I'm still trying to find that answer today. But that's where society and today's culture is trying to bring us. They're trying to bring us up in a culture where everyone wins a trophy. That's not reality. Because if it was reality, then everybody would be rich. Everybody, you get $1 million, you get $1 million. No, life doesn't work that way. There is a pecking order. There is a process. There is levels to everything. So the fact that athletes like Micah get all bent up out of shape because they get criticized, rightfully criticized, instead of taking that criticism and fueling themselves, they lash out. But so, with all that being said, I want y'all to hear this, what he actually said, and I want y'all to hear what Shannon had to say in return.
Here's the full 2-minute clip of what Micah Parsons said on Funny Marco's podcast. Take a listen, chat.
Like I tell you, like, fuck Skip Bayless, fuck all them. Like, I don't give a fuck.
That's them because that's part of talking. It's communication.
Yeah, no, I just like they want to rage me. But like they won't say that to my face. Like
I wouldn't. I'll talk shit behind your back too.
Like you these Twitter finger ass motherfuckers. I
would be the same thing.
They fuck them. I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you how it is. You suck. Your show don't work no more. Like what are we talking about here?
Just open.
Fuck them.
Open thoughts.
Yeah,
that's why this is called open thoughts, because you just have an open thought of
like motherfuckers be trying to like tell you how to play the game. Come play my position, Skip, because I can do what you do. Shit, I do it better sometimes.
Yeah, I say it.
Yeah, so like, what are we talking about here?
Is Shannon Sharpe on the good side?
Shay, he live on both sides. Like he know how to play the fine line between like as a player and as a show. Like he played that like he don't really show up when it matters, but he's a good player. Like he knows how to. But he knows how to. Sometimes he edge on that. He be letting them ESPN writers get to him a little bit. I can tell.
So, do you see yourself after retirement being a sports analyst and talking? Being on there.
It honestly just depends on like if they let me be me. Like I'm not here to instigate no other player or talk bad about another player because they had a bad game or whatever. The organization. If they want me to be anti whatever fan base, I'm good, bro. I'm not no fucking puppet. A lot of these dudes is puppets for national TV. If you want to be a puppet, but that's not me. I'm not selling my soul for a check. I'm paid. I'm good.
Yeah, forever. That's why I want to be your friend.
You want to go first? Well, would you? Hey, I like that. I don't know what show it was. I don't know if our shows are numbered, but I did talk about I wish players were a little bit more honest and were open and would open up about how they truly feel. Start telling the truth on how they really feel. Everyone is always PC. This is the first person that I've seen come along and actually voice his opinion on how he felt about pundits and analysts. Your thoughts?
It was fine. I mean, he said what he said about Skip. I'm not here to defend or protect or whatever he said about Skip. I was cool till he brought my name up.
What? Wait, it wasn't bad.
I was an advocate.
Right.
Go back and look when he was coming out and see what I said about this young man.
Yes, sir.
He said, well, he knows how to play.
True.
Right. You know what I do? This is what I do, Micah. Because what I believe, and I've said this before, chat, and y'all know I said this. Once a person has done something, whether or not he plays good or bad in a game, I don't take away from what he's already done. So Micah, me saying Micah is a phenomenal player. He's a first-team All-Pro. He's a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate. But he did not play well in this game. What's wrong with what I said? So here's some stats. Micah Parsons with the Cowboys, Ocho. He had 52 and a half sacks, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Yes,
this year he played in Green Bay. He became only the second player in NFL history to notch 12 plus sacks in his first 4 seasons, behind the only great, legendary Reggie White.
Right. Yeah.
Rest his soul. In 4 playoff games with Micah Parsons played with the Cowboys, he has 8 solo tackles, 10 assisted tackles, 1 sack, 0 interceptions, 0 forced fumbles, 0 fumble recoveries, 0 touchdowns, 3 quarterback hits, 3 tackle for losses. Ocho, what am I supposed to do? Chat, please tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Michael Parsons is a phenomenal player, but in order for the Cowboys to be better, he needs to be better. What's wrong with that?
You know what's wrong with it? Nothing is wrong with it. Nothing is wrong with it. These dudes don't want to be criticized. That's the problem. They don't want to face their flaws and use that constructive criticism as fuel to get better. Instead, he just gets on platforms and bitches and moans and complains. And this is why I wanted to trade him. I wanted to trade him last year. I was done with Micah Parsons, him and Trevon Diggs and that whole group. Get the fuck out of town. I don't care. You're not a winner. I don't give a shit about your sacks and all your little padded stats during the season. I've seen enough. Shannon brought up the most important stats of all of those stats. And that was the postseason stats, the 4 games. I'm a Cowboys fan, lifelong Cowboys fan. I watched every single one of those minutes of those games, Micah, and you didn't show up in any one of them. It's a fact. Shannon didn't have to say it. Anybody with 2 eyes and a fucking television could have said it. You didn't show up. That's it. That doesn't make you a bad player. It doesn't make you anything else, but it just makes you have to work harder in those specific moments, Micah. Why don't you understand that yet? The fact that he doesn't understand this yet is extremely alarming. If I was a Packers fan, I would be extremely alarmed because you just gave him a boatload of cash. And his mindset is still not all the way matured. He's still not all the way there mentally. Like, Micah, Shannon was the biggest cheerleader in the beginning. Shannon was the one who was early when it came to Micah. I remember when he was on Undisputed and he was telling Skip at the time, because we had a top 10. I can't remember we was pick 11 or something like that. Yeah, pick 11. Or we traded down. I can't remember how it was, but we ended up at pick 11 that year when we got Micah. And all consensus, even me at the time, because that was the same draft that Pat Surtain was drafted by the goddamn Broncos. I was all about Pat Surtain that year. I wanted Pat Surtain because I knew that kid was going to be a shutdown corner. And he has been nothing but a shutdown corner since. Hell, to this day, maybe we should have got Pat Surtain instead. But we couldn't, because the Broncos seen what I seen at the time, that kid was going to be all time. And he was, and he still is. And he's still with the Denver Broncos. But Shannon was like, yo, this kid is it. He's legit. He's legit, Skip. You're going to love him, this, that, and the third. He was early on Micah. So for Micah to kind of semi-heel turn on Shannon just because Shannon's being honest, as a 3-time champion an all 90s team member, the guy is all-time great, is telling his honest opinion about your performance, and you say, he's half and half, he plays both sides. What? That's what you got from all that valuable information that Shannon was giving you over the years? It just goes to tell you, man. It just goes to show you. Some of these players just don't get it. You either have a winning spirit or winning mentality, or you don't.